Hey everybody, Eric Worre here. Welcome to GoPro Academy, week 3 of our 10-part series on social media. How you can take your game to the next level when it comes to social media. And I've got to tell you, I'm really proud. Sorry, this thing's loud. I'm really proud of all of you. Maybe not all of you, but a lot of you, because I see so much interaction inside of the GoPro Academy community. Interactions on profiles, interactions on photos, interactions on bios and cover photos and all these different things. People looking to up their game. But what's really great about this, what I like most about this, is I like the fact that you are really masterminding. If you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, there's a concept in that book called the mastermind. And two minds create a third and more powerful mind. In other words, when one person comes together with another person, they create more than just the sum of those two people. They create more impact. So what's cool is you're providing input, advice, strategy to other people, and you're learning when you're doing that, what's working and what doesn't. Other times you're receiving content and feedback, and there's nothing like feedback. I love being able to bounce ideas off people. With my mentors, I love to be able to say, what about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? Just yesterday, I called 2 of my mentors, and what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And I've been thinking about this strategy, and give me some feedback here. So I'm excited to be able to continue this mastermind, and I want to encourage you. There's different levels of people inside of this group, whether you're watching live or replay. And do me a favor, throw a hashtag into the comments, hashtag live or hashtag replay, so we just see how many are watching live versus replay. I know most people are watching via replay, but I think you're going to get more value from scheduling this into your life and watching live. What was the name of the book? Think and Grow Rich is the name of the book. One of the most famous personal development books of all time. So, different people. And I see the comments, I look through all the stuff. What I will tell you is, some of you have signed up for GoPro Academy and you haven't really done much yet. Life has gotten in the way. That's okay. What I would encourage you to do is don't put too much pressure on yourself. Hang in there and just let this drip on you. Let this slowly absorb into you. Let this help you to have the breakthrough that you need, because I've got to tell you something. A breakthrough doesn't just happen. Sometimes it does, but it's rare. There usually has to be such a big life change, life experience. Somebody has a heart attack and then they say, that's it, I'm never eating another hamburger for the rest of my life. Okay. Somebody has a cancer scare, they say, I'm not smoking another cigarette. Or somebody has a friend in the family die of emphysema and they say, okay, that's it, I'm done with cigarettes. I don't know what it is, but sometimes there are big, quick changes, and other times you have to circle it for a while. I mean, if the goal's here, right, and you're out here, sometimes you just need to circle for a while, and 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 then bang, you make the decision. You make the decision. You decide that you're going to go pro. You decide that you're going to do this for real. You decide that you're going to study everything there is to study. You decide that you're going to put it into practice. You're going to you just decide, but you need to circle it for a while. A lot of the big changes that I made in my life didn't happen in an instant. They happened as a process. And you grab the audios so they're not here right now. Audios were a big help for me. If I had GoPro Academy, I would be the most avid student of everything. I mean, I was so hungry to build a network marketing business that I would have gone through every single course and taken notes. I would have filled up journal after journal. I would have created my own training programs out of it. I would have done everything, which is all the things that you can do. But at the very beginning, I started listening to audio, and it was Jim Rohn that was my first mentor. And the audio cassettes with my little boombox or my little Sony Walkman started me on this process of getting a little bit closer, and finally deciding I was going to do it. I was going to go, okay? And here's one thing I got to tell you. That this isn't really said, but I'm going to tell you the truth. On average, it takes about 3 years of hanging around in network marketing before most people have a breakthrough. It took me about 3 years. I mean, I was full-time. I was making enough to survive, but I didn't have a breakthrough. You just hang around long enough, and then bang, you just go, you know what? I'm tired of playing small. I'm tired of living small. I'm tired of being small. I'm going to go hard. So it takes about 3 years, typically. Some longer, some shorter. But we tend to hear about the shorter ones a little bit more. And the people that it takes 3 years, they feel like, yeah, Wendy says it was about 3 years for her. How many of you have really made a decision, and how long did it take before you took the decision? Tina said 5. So post that in the comments. I'd be interested in what yours is. So if you've been in less than 3 years and you don't have a breakthrough, it's okay. Marlene says she's been in 4 years, 2 years for Ben, 5 years for Tammy, 3rd year for Laura. It's just like, it's okay. It just happened to her this month. Suzanne, it's been almost 4 years, 5 years, time to go pro. Sometimes you just need to circle it. And that's what GoPro Academy can be for you, a community to help you get yourself in a place where the penny can drop and you get it. And okay, I'm ready to go. And give yourself permission for that to be okay. Don't get frustrated when you see somebody that gets involved and in their first year they have massive success and you're comparing yourself to them and say, what's the matter with me? Right? So give yourself some grace. Give yourself some space. We send a kid to college for 4 years. We don't expect him to earn anything. We don't expect him to have a career. We don't expect him to have residual income. We send him to 4 years for $200,000 or whatever it costs, wherever you are in the world. Our expectation is at that point, once they get some education, then they're going to turn it into a career. And most of the time, what they learn in college didn't even get applied to their career. So give yourself some space. Let this happen. Let this evolve. Understand that there are no such things as overnight successes, not that I'm aware of. It takes time, okay? But it's worth it. It's worth it. You're going to learn. You're going to grow. You're going to do all kinds of stuff. So 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. I'm going for the 20 and 30 as well. Let's do it. Fantastic. Delane and Giselle, kill it. All right, cool. This week, what we want to talk about. We've been talking about social media. We've been talking about your profiles and your pictures and all that stuff. We've been talking about your passions. Now, this week, I want to start to show you how to build, pardon me, it's my shake. It's not anything else. It was the shake that I had this morning because I'm trying to be healthy. Just kidding. It was my shake. But, now, I want to teach you how to get people to engage in your content and then what to do with that. I'm going to give you a series of steps, okay? Man, it's so loud. Do we have our points from last week on there? I'm just wondering if we have our points from... No? Doing something else? Different. Oh, that's right. So, let's talk about your posts. What you're going to post. And I don't have my notes in front of me, but we had stories. We had photos with stories. We had polls. We had quizzes. Is that how you spell quizzes? We have interviews. We have video. We have audio. We have articles. We have lives. All around your passion. Okay? So, stories, photos, polls, quizzes, lives, interviews, videos, audio, articles, you name it. This is all around your passion. So what I would encourage you to do is, some of you are just getting started. So on a longer term process, you should attempt to do a significant, engaging content once a day as a baseline, okay? Once a day, put up a story or a photo with a story or a poll, ask a question, put up an audio, here's an article, here's a link, here's a video, here's an interview that you did, here's an interview from somebody else, here's a live where you're talking about it. Here, you could do a live interview, you can do all different kinds of stuff that you can do around your passion. But at the beginning, you probably need to front load this content and put a little bit more than just one a day. You know, what I would encourage you to do is maybe it's one or two a day and people start seeing a trend. Because what you want to have happen is when people show up to your page and they start scrolling through, they see the theme in your posts. The theme of your passion with these things. They can see that you are the mushroom hunting person. They see that you are the goat yoga person. And it's obvious. And maybe it's humor. You got some humor. Here's the thing with this stuff. No boring stuff. You can have controversy if you want. You can have, goat yoga cupcakes. Whatever, but make it interesting. Have it have a sense of humor. Have a sense of intrigue. Or, like, I saw an engaging post yesterday. It wasn't really around a passion, but we're going to build a baseline around passion, and then we're going to go beyond that and just add your personality. So this person just posted and talked about how annoying it is that people don't say her name right. You know, so it's like, oh, my name is this, it's not really this, and then hashtag, say my name or whatever. And then you wouldn't believe how many people commented, oh, really? Let me tell you about my last name. Let me tell you how people call me when they call me. This was just so much fun. It was so funny, so hilarious. People were talking about, the Deborahs of the world. Don't you dare call me Deb, that kind of stuff. It was hilarious all the way through. So just don't be boring. Our goal here is interaction. Not to just sound cool. Our goal is to get some conversation starting. Like, I'll give you an example. I saw one person this morning she's really into tiny spaces, tiny living spaces. Have you seen these tiny houses? these houses where, it's just a tiny little space, tiny little stuff. I got one of my sons loves tiny little spaces. He never liked big open spaces. He liked tiny spaces. Well, how would you create interaction around tiny spaces, as an example? What I would do is I would say, could you live in a space like this, or would you be too claustrophobic to be able to handle it? Could you walk away from all of your stuff and consolidate down to, and ask the question, because you're going to get people who are totally into it. Oh, me. And other people are like, are you crazy? I would be so claustrophobic, it'd be unbelievable. I have to have my stuff, whatever it would happen to be. So interaction, the goal is to get likes. The goal is to get views. The goal is to get clicks. The goal is to get comments. The goal is to get shares. Is your thing shareable? So, for example, how can you get somebody to share what it is that you have? What I would do is the tiny spaces thing, as an example. Like the tiny space person, could she tour a different tiny space house and do a Facebook Live of a tour of that house? And would that get an enormous amount of interaction? It would get an enormous amount of interaction. Could she create, outside of Facebook, could she create a YouTube channel just on tiny houses? And she toured a different tiny house every week, interviewed somebody living in a tiny house, doing all this different kind of stuff, right? So how do you get shares when you're doing stuff like this? Ask me, do you know somebody that are into tiny spaces? Do you know anybody that's into tiny spaces? They might find this interesting. So you're not saying please share, because that gets annoying. But if I see something that will trigger a friend in my mind, that's done by design, not by accident. Person comes up, they post something on my feed. They know what I like. They got the algorithms all figuring this stuff out. I see something, I go, oh, that's about Norway. The 10 attributes of Norway. And my Norwegian friend Norm would love to hear about Norway because that's his whole life. I've got to share this with Norm. I know a person who's into tiny spaces. I'm going to share this with them. This is hilariously funny. I'm going to share this with them. Right? Whatever that passion is, find something to create interaction. Okay? Stories, interviews, photos, videos, polls, audio, quizzes, articles, lives, not boring, interactive. What general questions do we ask when doing interviews? Colleen asks. Any question that comes to your mind. Let's say you're interviewing somebody on, pick a topic. Throw some passions into the comment feed, so I'll pick some off of that. Let's say it's on tiny spaces. If you interviewed somebody that lived in a tiny home, what questions would you ask them? What's different about this? What surprised you about living in this home? Is there anything that's annoying? Is there, was it hard to put your stuff away? Do you have a storage unit somewhere for the rest of your stuff? What do your friends think about this? Just ask. Ask the karaoke MC at your local place, what's the funniest things that happen in karaoke? And just sit there and talk about it. Car collecting. Ask a car collector. Go find a car collector and start asking some questions. Goat yoga, ballroom dancing. I mean, any of these things. You see where I'm going with this? If you're up for ballroom dancing, where are the best schools for ballroom dancing in your local community? Could you go do a Facebook Live with the owner of that dance school? And say, hey, I'm here at Dance School Las Vegas, and they're teaching ballroom dancing, and this is the owner. Owner, tell us who's the average person that comes in to learn ballroom dancing? Oh, it's young people. It's younger than, oh, wow, why are they trying to do that? Oh, they want to have a couple activity. They're finding that it's a date night thing or it's whatever. You see what I'm saying? You could do that. And do you think that owner wants to have that interview? Absolutely. It's free advertising for them, right? They're probably going to share it with their community. They're probably going to say, wherever this is, they're probably going to post it on their page. You can tag them on your page, and now all of their audience will see your video on your page. See what I'm saying? This is common sense stuff, but you actually have to do it. Not that hard. If Jenna's into pizza, I love this. Jenna, you can go, how many stories, photos, polls, quizzes, what's the best pizza, who can you interview, who's the best pizza maker, is there a great video about pizza, is there any audio, is there any articles? Can you go and create a rating system on every pizza joint in your entire town? And you could rank them. Here's the top pizza places. Where do you live, Jenna? Post that, where you live. And you can go and you can create an entirely curated pizza expert thing for your city. And how many people would share that? Hey, if you're looking for a date night or you're looking to go to pizza in the town, check this out before you go. This is better than Yelp, I promise. And what if you, and each joint you had a little video. What if you went to each place and you interviewed the owner? What if you went and you sat down and had the pizza and you tasted the pizza and you gave a little review of the pizza? You see what I'm saying? This is not difficult, but if you make this fun, you'll become known really, really fast within your community, within that world. Pretty soon, every pizza place in town is going to want to give you free pizza. Every time you tag them in the post, when you do a review of them, they're going to post it to their page. All of their fans, all of their followers are going to see it. See where I'm going with this? So our goal is to create interaction. Okay, this should be fun. This should be easy. This should not be difficult for you to post about your passion. Find interesting things. Make sure it's not boring. And your goal is interaction. Well, you're going to try and get, how would I curate the luxury travel by moonlight? I don't understand by moonlight part. Doesn't have to be related to your network marketing business. No. Don't even worry about your business right now. So just getting connections. We're trying to get interaction. We're trying to build a following. We're trying to build a brand and a following. This is what I did inside of Network Marketing Pro 10 years ago. I was posting every day stories, photos, polls, quizzes, interviews, videos, audios, articles, lives. I still do that to this day. Why do you think I have 2 million people or whatever it is, almost 2 million people on the Network Marketing Pro page? Because of this. Because it was interesting and it got shareable. It got shareable to other people. And pretty soon, everybody viewed me as the network marketing guy. The GoPro guy. See what I'm saying? So our goal is to get interaction. What are we searching for here? I'll show you. Likes, loves, etc. Comments, shares, right? Likes, loves, hates, crying, laughing, sad, you pick it. Comments. Sometimes you're gonna need to figure out a way to post. If you're not getting comments, people are seeing it, and you're not getting comments, you need to do something that will create the interaction. That says, hey, solve a mystery for me. What's the best breakfast cereal in the world? Just for fun. All of you right now. What's the best breakfast cereal in the world? I think it's Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. That's what I think. What's yours? What's your favorite? What was the best after-school television show? What was the after-school television show when you were growing up that you remember the most? Anything that just gets people talking. Now, if it's around your passion, none. Eggs are the best. Granola, Captain Crunch, oatmeal, Boo Berry. Daryl, Boo Berry's too much. Brady Bunch was the show. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Everybody says that's the best. I've never a Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy. Had to milk the cow, no TV. Speed Racer. Anytime you can go nostalgia, Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms. My wife likes Frosted Flakes. They're too much for me. So, Power Rangers. So, you see, by this simple question, all of a sudden you're like, well, I was just going to sit back, but I'll throw my Captain Crunch in there. I know it's not food. I didn't say it was breakfast food. I said it was breakfast cereal. I have shakes now in the morning. Brady Bunch and Bonanza. Bonanza? Frank, that was your after-school show? Bonanza? Wow. Shredded wheat, the Jetsons. Yeah, coconut. Anyway, so what are we trying to get? You see with this? Can you create some polls on this? Anything. This is what you can do outside of your passion just to have fun. Just to have fun. Anytime you want to just throw something out, some weird random question, just to have fun. Talk about, how people mispronounce your name, just to have fun. Talk about your most embarrassing moment. Here's one of my most embarrassing moments. What's one of yours? And just have fun. In between, if you look at the stuff that I posted over the years, it's not just business. It's business, it's fun, it's light, it's inspirational, it's encouraging, it's validating, right? We're trying to validate, encourage, and inspire people with like passions. Or people who are connected to those passions in some way. Okay? Got it? $6 Million Man? I remember. So you're trying to get likes, loves, etc. You're trying to get comments. You're trying to get shares. What do you do with these? With the likes, loves, etc. Thank them. Now, I want you to just really work hard on putting content out. Don't worry about what it turns into right now. Don't worry about prospecting these people right now. I just want you to put out content. Go have fun. If you're the pizza person, go do your first pizza review with the owner or with somebody sitting in the pizza joint or just by yourself. Somebody else filming you on a live, and you're saying, I'm going into this place and I'm going to order their signature pizza and I'm going to give it a rating and come up with your own rating systems. They get 5 pepperonis or they get whatever it happens to be. You know what I'm saying? Try the most outrageous, obscure, crazy pizza you've ever heard of and all the different aspects of it. Now, if somebody likes it, send them a little private message and say, hey, thanks for the like. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for the love. I see you were sad. Why were you sad? I saw you have a little angry face. Why were you angry? Do you not like pizza? See what I mean? So start an interaction. A fly in here. What in the world? Start an interaction with every person who interacts with you. Here's the rule. If they interact with you, you interact with them. And some of you are like, what? Yes. Every single person. Go interact with, if they interact with you, you interact with them. Thank them. Go on their page and like something that they did. Reciprocate. Go comment positively on something that they posted. Because what this is going to do, it's going to start creating in your newsfeed that they see what you post and you see what they post. You understand? So, anytime somebody engages with you at all, you engage with them. Start a interaction. Private message on their page, reciprocal. Think about reciprocal. Somebody likes something that you do, make it a habit to like something that they did. If they love something you did, make a habit to love something that they did. If they comment on something you did, make a habit to comment on something that they did. Okay? If you see something on their page that's amazing, tag them. And on your post and say, oh, so-and-so just posted this thing. It's the coolest thing. And tag them. They'll see that tag and they'll start to reciprocate even more. Okay? Comments are at a even higher level. You need to respond to every comment in your comment thread. Every single one. Respond to the comments in your comment thread. Hey, thanks for this. Or maybe it's a thank you. Maybe it's an answer to a question. Maybe it's another question. Or maybe it's a, what do you think of this? Or maybe it's what's your opinion on that? Whatever it happens to be, find an interesting way to interact with them that isn't just, hey, thanks, and it's over. Find a way to keep the conversation going. You know, hey, thanks for the comment, or thanks for your insight, or you say you could never live in a house like that. Why do you say that? Instead of just thanking them and it's over, let's say you posted something, you did a tour of a tiny house, and the person said, never, ever in a million years could I live in a tiny house. And it's just like, wow, that's cool. You don't even have to thank them for the comment. Wow, that's interesting. Why is it that you would have a difficult time? I'm just curious. Now they post back, and now it starts to become this interesting thread. And now, pretty soon you're developing a conversation. Now, when they post stuff, it's going to show up in your feed because your Facebook sees that you're interacting with them. You're going to start seeing stuff, right? Yes, with stories. Yes, with everything. With stories, with YouTube, with Instagram, with everything, you should be doing the same thing. Okay? I don't do it at this level now because it's too much. But at your level now, for all of you, up until you have probably 10,000 followers, you should do all of this yourself all the time. Okay? So comments. I don't know if there's 2 R's in interact, but interact. And don't close the loop. Keep it open. In other words, the person says, hey, cool shoes. Instead of just saying thanks, that closes the loop. Boop, you're done. It's going to help with interaction, but it's going to close the loop. Say, yeah, hey, I appreciate that. What did you like best about them? Do you like that color? Do you think another color would be better? Do you have a pair of shoes like this? Would you ever wear something like that? Come up with something so you keep the conversation going. Okay? Shares, you got to show them some real love. A share is really valuable. If somebody shares something of yours, thank them, go into the share itself, love the share, comment inside there of something about how awesome this person is that shared. Not that they shared, but that they're awesome. Go into their page, find something that you can like of theirs or share of theirs, share it with a person or share it with your whole community. Find something that you can interact with on a high level with this group or with this person that did the share. Okay? Likes, loves, etc. Comments, interact. Shares. Thank them. The goal here two goals. Start conversations. Keep them going. Start conversations and keep them going. Start conversations with as many people as possible and keep them going. Okay? As you go through this, what you're going to find is you're building real rapport. You're building real interaction. You're building real encouragement within this group, real friendship. People will ask you for advice. You'll share different information. Sometimes you can't see who shared. That's fine. But this is a real big deal that if somebody interacts with you, you need to interact with them. Okay? Now, start conversations, keep them going. I'm going to give you an assignment. Here's your first assignment. I want you to start a conversation with every friend or follower you have on social right now. Every single one. If you have 1,000 friends on Facebook, I want you to start 1,000 conversations. If you have 1,000 followers on Instagram, I want you to start 1,000 conversations. Private conversations, however you want to start them. Hey, what's up? I see you're here, and we've never even really talked. 1,700 for Joanne? Fantastic. I see that we're friends, but how did we get connected? I see your face, but have we ever spoken? Tell me about you. And they can't say, why are you bothering me? Because you're friends. You're connected. And all you're going to be doing is just connecting. Just have a conversation. How's your day? What's going on? What's up? Liz Pitter says she's got 3,000. I want you to start 3,000 conversations. Erin says she has 4,000. Start 4,000 conversations. And it's just start. How's your day? What's going on? What's up? I see, I see that we're buddies, but, I haven't, maybe you've never talked to that person. Maybe you don't even know why you're friends. Now, again, this is not all the 4,000 people that you have in your company. These are prospects. Okay? I want you to start conversations with prospects, not necessarily every distributor that's in your business. A conversation with every single person in your friend group or your followers. Start a conversation. I don't care what it's about. Just please God, don't make it about business in the first conversation. I'll teach you how to, if they don't, you don't have to remove them if they don't reply. Just say, hey, we're friends. What's up? What's going on? I saw your profile. I saw your picture. I thought I'd reach out. I saw your face. I saw your post. I thought I'd say hi. How's it going? What's up? Right? Prospects. Birthdays are a great way, but it's so overplayed. Nobody thinks, wow, they really care. They just think, wow, the Facebook reminded them it was my birthday. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you could use birthdays, but if they don't respond, so what? Who cares? Start the conversation. Just so long as it's not hi. And if they go look at your profile and they see a big commercial about your business, then they're not going to reply. But if they see your passion, they're going to reply. They'll interact. Okay? So make sure that you keep business out of this conversation. Okay? Keep business out of this conversation. Just have it be a conversation. Do you accept every friend request you get? I would. Up to a certain, I would try to fill my friends list on Facebook to 5,000 prospects as quickly as I possibly could. 5,000 prospects, 5,000 like-minded people, 5,000 people who are interested in my passion, 5,000 people that I could bring value to, 5,000. That's what I would try to do. Okay? So if somebody friend requests me and they're not a distributor in my company, they're in. Okay? What happens if they say, what do you do? Well, I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about this. I've got some side hustle going on. How about you? Get it back to them. Okay? So you don't accept all because when you decline, they stay a follower. That's true. But I would not decline until you get to 5,000 friends. They still stay a follower, but they don't interact the same as if they're a friend. Okay, you're going to get different kind of interaction. Check out the profile. You know, for some of you ladies, there's creepers out there. There's weirdos out there. You want to make sure you don't have a creeper and all that stuff. You could block people easy. It's really, really easy to remove people and block people, ban people from your pages. It's no problem. But I want you to start a conversation with every friend and follower. Now, here's the assignment. There's a lot of fakes too. I have 40 or 50 fake profiles of me every single week. If you go look on Facebook right now and you just type in Eric Worre, you're going to see 50 of them. It's never ending. Those are just ones with my name. There's tons more with my face that use a different name. It's freaky stuff. But whatever. Those are just bots sitting in Belarus or something, trying to figure out a way to fish people out of their money. But I would accept them all. And my assignment for you, here's the first big assignment, is over the course of the next 7 days, I want you to start a conversation with a minimum of 100 people a day. A day. 100 people a day for the next 7 days. Just start a conversation. Hey, what's up? I saw your profile. What's up? I saw your post. Really cool. How's your day? What's going on? I get it. If look, some of you have security issues and husbands on active duty, so you're accepting people you don't know. But how else do you build a following? How else do you build fans? How else do you build fans? Unless you're going to friend them up. How else? Can't have a following unless you put yourself out there a little bit. So find your boundary, whatever. You don't have to share your personal part of your life. You can just share your passion. That's fine. There's scammers and there's freaks and there's people wanting to sext you and do all kinds of stuff. Okay? There's freaks out there, right? But once your brand is established, the freaks will go away. Ladies, some of you that are pretty ladies, you're going to have to deal with this. You've been dealing with it your whole life, so it's just at scale with strangers instead of at the lounge when you're out with your friends. It's the same deal. But just start a conversation. Stacy, it's not that big a deal. Say, hey, pick a friend. Hey, maybe somebody who liked what it is that you're doing. Maybe somebody loved what it is. Somebody commented, somebody shared. So maybe start there. But then go into your friends list and just say, hey, what's up? I saw your post that you just had this birthday. Just go look at their profile for 2 seconds. I saw you just got a new puppy. Wow, do you love it? You see their post about they hate traffic. Oh my God, I hate traffic too. That's just the worst. How's it going? What's going on with your life? See what I mean? Find a creative way to have a conversation. Start a conversation with every friend and follower. Okay? Now, how else do you build a following? Leverage other brands. Leverage other brands. Are these private conversations in Messenger? Most of the time. Most of the time. Leverage other brands. So, let's say I do an interview with Tony Robbins. He's leveraging my community just by him having access to my community, but I'm leveraging his community. Because guess what? When I post my interview with Tony Robbins, I tag Tony in the post. I tag Tony in the post. And now Tony's followers see my content. If we go back here, how do you leverage other brands through this? If you find an article from Business Insider or from Huffington Post or from Entrepreneur.com or from Goat Yoga Monthly, when you post the article, tag them, in addition to the link, tag them in that post. Now all of their followers see your stuff, and they may come over and check it out. And if they like the other stuff that they see when they scroll through, then they're going to friend you out. Come on this, Tiny Living Spaces journey with me. So if you find a video of somebody that's talking about whatever it is that your passion is, tag that brand, tag that person, tag that business, tag use hashtags around your. You need to identify every single hashtag connected to your passion. If your passion is Game of Thrones, it needs to be hashtag GOT. Hashtag Game of Thrones. Hashtag Team Snow. Whatever it is, right? You need to have all the hashtags and all the tags of all the brands. Now, back to the pizza person. If you go to every pizza joint in town and you tag every single pizza joint in town with the in addition to that, the hashtag best pizza in Vegas, and maybe whatever the pizza queen is, then people will find you by the hashtags. They'll find you through the tagging of the other people. Every time I do an interview with anybody, I'm connecting. Like when we had Fraser on here, all of Fraser's community saw what it is that we did, and we saw some of you went and found Fraser's stuff because he tagged me on it, and some of Fraser's people found our community because we tagged him on it. It's reciprocal, right? So, if there's a photo and you can tag a brand, do it. If there's a poll, you can tag a brand or a person, do it. If there's videos or interviews, if you can tag somebody in a live, you can tag somebody in a photo, tag as many people as possible. Yeah, people tag me all the time. The number of tags are just unbelievable. So leverage other brands through tagging and hashtags, right? Also, interact with brands. So let's say you're into pizza, okay? What are all the pizza brands? Go find those pizza brands online, and let's say there's a ABC pizza joint. It's down the street, and you decide you're going to go in there and you're going to review their pizza. You got your criteria, and you got your friends who's going to do it on a little Facebook Live. And okay, you got the pizza, you ordered the pizza, you got the pizza, you sit down, you taste the pizza, you go through all that stuff. Then when you're done, you can post that review inside of their page, on their brand page, where they have their following. Hey, I recently went to ABC Pizza Joint, and here's my review. Hope you enjoy it. And you can either post a Facebook video, or you can put it on YouTube and then post the link to YouTube inside there. You can put it in their reviews inside of these brands. Every one of these brands has online pages with online reviews, right? You can go into the reviews and you can post content in those reviews. Hey, I went, I checked it out, I tried this, I recommend this, I wouldn't recommend that. The location's fantastic, the people are amazing. And start interacting with those people, right? Those people will find their way back to you automatically. Whatever your passion is, tag and hashtags, interact with those brands. The leveraging of other brands, it's so easy to do. Starbucks, right, Randy, should give you royalties, right? They should. But what if you went in and you did a review of every Starbucks in your city? I don't know where you live. You did a review of every single Starbucks and you ranked them from 1 to 100 in your city. and you tagged Starbucks every single time, if that's your passion. This is the best Starbucks for meetings. This is the best Starbucks for small talk. This is the best Starbucks for moms. This is the best. Yeah, now last week it was cupcakes, and this week it's pizza. I'm really ready for pizza after this. But interact with the brands, tag them, hashtag them, go in. Provide value. Now, if this is your passion, it's not hard to provide value. What I'm saying to you is this. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. So one thing that I could have built a career around was being the ultimate Minnesota Vikings fan. Now, what does Minnesota Vikings want? They want to encourage their fans. They want to continue to build their brand. They want people to feel good about them, right? They want to be validated. So if I'm like the super fan of the Minnesota Vikings, I can go into the Minnesota Vikings and I can bring real value. Here's a critique of how they did on the draft. Here's my comment on this. Here's my comment on that. I could call in on the radio shows. I could interview players. I could go to their training camp, and I could do daily shows at their training camp to the point where they would give me press credentials for this, where I'd get access to coaches and players. I promise you I could. No question. I could do that, right? So I'd be providing a value to them. If you did this for the pizza joints in your city, can you provide value to them, some encouragement to them, some validation for them? If somebody else is involved in goat yoga and you go find those goat yoga people and you just go encourage them, hey, keep going. I'm into goat yoga too. We should friend each other up. Come find me on Facebook. Come find me on Instagram. Hope you're having a great day. I got to go goat yoga right now, and send a picture of goat yoga to them. You doing goat yoga. See what I mean? Interact, and use the interaction to leverage the other brands and build a bigger following. Okay? Long term, nothing beats a following. That's not because I'm Eric Worre. Really not. Really not. If you do luxury resorts, hashtag the resorts and promote them, why not? If you like the resort, give them a review. They're dying for this stuff. Dying for it. Why do you think all the movie stars go on the late night talk shows? Because they want to be on a talk show? They're going on because they're trying to promote something. They're trying to leverage Jimmy Kimmel in order to be able to promote their new movie. And Jimmy Kimmel's trying to leverage them to be able to promote a show. It's the same deal. The same deal. So provide value long term. If you just keep providing value to your passion, keep providing value to your passion, you're going to be good. You will build a following. So long as you're interacting with those people, you're giving them some love, you're giving them some encouragement, you're giving them some validation, your following is going to grow exponentially. Now, it's not going to grow overnight, but it should grow regularly. The other thing that I would do go friend hunting around your passion. Go find 10 people a day, 10 people every day that are aligned with your passion, and send them a friend request and say, I see you're also passionate in goat yoga. I am too. Maybe we should friend up and just talk about ideas. I see you're interested in pizza. Me too. We should be friends. It would be stupid for us not to be friends if we're both into pizza. Right? I see you're into, mental health. Me too. Maybe we should be your friends and share ideas. I see you're into, right? So 10 a day, and try to find influencers. Big followings. If you can friend up somebody that has a big following and you start building rapport here, you're good. Somebody that's in your passions, 10 a day, somebody that's an influencer within the space that you're going. Okay? And don't worry too much. I see a lot of you just like really struggling. What's my passion? What's my passion? Find something that's fun. Find something that's fun. And it doesn't have to be the end thing for forever. Maybe you go for a while and it shifts a bit. Maybe it becomes a little bit more this way. Maybe it goes a little bit more that way. That's okay. I'm going to show you how to turn all of this into prospects easily and all of this into customers or distributors, and then how to duplicate this process. So don't worry about that for this week. What I want you to worry about is really putting out content. Really putting out content. And for now, the quicker you can get to like 10 really good posts, faster you can do, one of each of these, the better. Just put one out there. Faster you can get to one of these, the better. Get some interaction. The learning is in the doing. You're not going to be great at it when you start. It doesn't matter. Following versus liking, it doesn't matter. See, people are following you if they're not friends with you. If you don't friend them up, then they end up following you. I have, I don't know, what do I have? 120,000 people following me or something, because I'm only friends with a couple thousand people. On the fan page, I've got 1.8 or 1.9 million followers and fans. It's different. But liking is what you do on a post. Being a friend or being a follower or being a fan is how you're connected to the post. So if you just keep putting this stuff out, I would, as quick as you can, get one of each of these things out there. Make an assignment to get a story out there, get a photo with a story, get a poll, get a quiz, get an interview, get a video, get an audio, get an article, get a live, get some interaction going. So when people come there, they're going to see it. Okay? They're going to see it. Then, if they're interacting with you, you're going to interact with them. Then, your big assignment for this week is start conversations and keep them going. Start a conversation with every friend or follower that you have. 100 a day. Start a conversation starting today. 100 conversations a day. Now, it could just be, hey, what's up? I saw your face and I thought I'd say hi. How you doing? What's going on? Okay? Leverage other brands in all of your posts and all the things that you're doing to provide value by tagging, hashtags, interacting with them, and providing value to them. And then go friend hunting around your passion. Find some influencers around your passion and try and add 10 a day. And tell them why. Hey, I saw your page and I thought this was great and here's what I do and I thought we should be friends. Make sense? So this is a lot, right? This is a lot that we're covering over the course of an hour here. But what I'm finding valuable here, typically I'll do a social media training and I'll train for like 3 hours and people just like they glaze over. But you know what's really, really valuable about what we're doing here inside of GoPro Academy is we're going to help you circle this for 10 weeks. And we're going to get real granular. We're going to get real basic. Is 100 days safe for Facebook without being in Facebook jail? You should be if it's your friends. If it's your friends. If you're trying to do it with somebody that's not your friends, you're going to have a problem. You're going to Facebook jail if you try to friend up 100 people a day. But if you try to have a real conversation and interaction with 100 people without trying to sell them something, they're going to love that. Okay? So, over this 10 weeks, some of you are just going to circle this for a while before you even start. Some of you are just starting with your profile picture. Some of you are working on your cover photo with Fiverr or Canva or whatever it is that you use. Some of you haven't even started on your bio. Some of you just put your first post on your passion and you're just getting it going. Okay. Just relax. Because I got you. The community's got you. We're going to go basic, fundamental, step by step, week by week. You got your assignments for this week. If you need to go replay, watch it again, go watch it again, okay? So Yeah, that's this week. Next week we're going to continue to recap because it's still lots of learning going on through this process. And next week I'm going to teach you how to start to convert those friends, followers, and fans, the 3 F's, into prospects. And do it in a way that doesn't freak everybody out. Okay? So that's it. I love you. I'm proud of you. Together we're doing something special. And it's your turn to prosper. It's your turn to bring value to the world. I'm going to teach you, every single person watching this, I'm going to teach you how to be a teacher of teachers. I'm going to teach you how to be a leader of leaders. I'm going to teach you how to get beyond your personal needs and start to be able to focus more on contribution to the world. Okay? The world needs you. And the world is not served by you playing small. It's time for you to go bigger. Okay? I love you all. I'll see you next week.